If I told you most UK points collectors are chasing the wrong currency, you'd probably guess I'm about to fire shots at Avios. And I am, kind of, but not in the ways that you might think. Because Avios isn't useless, Avios can be brilliant. The problem is what people do with their points. They treat Avios like a savings account. Today I'm going to talk to you about something more specific. Your points earning strategy should be to earn flexible, transferable points first, and then decide later whether to turn them into Avios, Virgin points, hotel points, or even a cash-like value. Because in the UK, points are much harder to earn than elsewhere. And simply put, we cannot afford to waste them. Let's define our players. First, Avios. It's the rewards currency used inside the British Airways Club, and you can move it around the wider Avios network. Iberia, Aer Lingus, Qatar, even Finnair. Avios isn't bad and has household pooling features, and of course BA reward flights where you pay Avios plus cash. BA even publishes a minimum guarantee of reward seats on many flights. Second, we have flexible schemes, the most obvious of course being membership reward points, which are the flexible currency that you earn through American Express. These points are not tied to any single airline. They can be transferred to a number of airlines depending on how you feel in that exact moment. And it's not just Amex, there's a growing amount of flexible schemes in the UK. HSBC Rewards is a good example, specifically the points earned on the HSBC Premier World Elite MasterCard. HSBC lets you convert those points into airline miles with several airline partners. And there's actually quite a few more players emerging in this space, which I'll cover in future videos. And of course, a special shout out to Virgin points, of course, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about Avios. And here's the core problem with stockpiling Avios, which many people do. You are committing early to one program's pricing, one program's fees, and one program's future rule changes. And rule changes are real. They're a real thing. They happen all the time. BA introduced peak and off-peak pricing back in 2015 in a complete overhaul. Partner award pricing then changed again in 2019, and then again in specific partner context in 2021. And then of course there's the big one, the more recent one, where BA reward flights increased both in points and in cash in December 2025, along with the entire overhaul of the BA club. That is one of the risks of stockpiling all your points in one place. You can save for years, and all of a sudden, the value of your points is less than it was before. With transferable points, you delay that risk. You hold points in a flexible form and only convert when you've found seats that you're ready to book. Now let's talk about what flexibility actually buys you. Membership rewards points generally transfer at a 1-to-1 rate, so 20,000 membership reward points is 20,000 Avios, 20,000 Virgin points. There are some nuances with Emirates and Singapore Airlines. Clearly, they feel like they offer a little bit more than the average airline. And most of these transfers are instant. Some of them can take one working day, a couple of working days, but generally speaking, flexible enough for what you might need. Of course, reward flights can be scarce, and of course, that delay in some instances is a bit too much, but generally speaking, fine. HSBC, meanwhile, advertises that you earn around 1.5 airline miles for every pound that you spend, and their redemption requests are generally processed within a day. I can speak from experience, it's pretty quick. It's not the same as instant, but it's workable if you have a plan. The point is that with transferable points, you can say, well, BA doesn't have any seats on the route that I want. Fine, what about Virgin? What about Flying Blue? What about Singapore Airlines? What about Emirates? Or BA has the seats that I want, but the fees are mad. And that does happen. Or it's an old plane and it doesn't have the business class that I want to sit in, but Virgin has a nice one. Choice. When you collect Avios only, you lose that pivot. And again, I'm not saying never collect Avios. If the BA Black Card has a welcome bonus of 70k points, get your money. But it shouldn't be the default currency that you collect points in, and it shouldn't be the only one. To be fair to Avios, BA reward flights have real structural advantages. BA publishes minimum number of reward seats on pretty much every flight. These are flights to and from Gatwick and Heathrow, and BA has even run Avios only flights where every single seat on the flight is bookable with points. But here's where people get burned. They assume I have Avios, therefore I have a flight. You don't. You have the option to book a reward flight if seats are available. And then there's fees. Reward seats have a fixed cost element that covers taxes, fees, carrier surcharges, fuel surcharges. And even with a fixed cost structure, the cash element can still be near the thousands, especially on business class flights. For some partners, it can be cheaper though. So the Avios experience ranges from, £1 plus 20,000 Avios for me to fly return to this place, to, oh, that's a lot of money. Transferable points help you shop that trade-off before you commit. Now, one thing that Avios does do exceptionally well is family logistics. BA household accounts let you pool Avios with up to 6 people, including children. And BA explains how deductions work proportionately. There's also a family and friends nominee list for additional members. That said, BA also publishes constraints that people often miss, like the minimum time someone must remain in the household and what happens to under 18 accounts if the household account is closed. Transferable points, at least from my experience, don't generally replicate the household model in the same way. You can't transfer Amex membership reward points to someone, HSBC points either. So honestly, in that example, Avios obviously wins. But now let me bring a real life example of where hoarding Avios worked against me and how painful that experience was. My BA club account was temporarily blocked from moving Avios due to a faulty forward protection measure that BA has in place. It's a known issue, it's been happening for years. You'll find thousands of people talking about it on Reddit, Flyer Talk, Head for Points, and BA are aware of it and working on an issue to resolve it. Under normal circumstances, I could move my Avios from British Airways to Qatar, Iberia, Finnair, a number of One World partners, but during that window I couldn't. I could see Qatar flights, I had enough points to book them, but I couldn't move my points. Having your entire points balance in one program means that any disruption to that program disrupts your travel plans personally. Transferable points are a natural hedge against this. If I hadn't already moved my points out of my Amex balance, I could have just transferred them straight into Qatar. No problem. So here's an actionable set of rules. Collect transferable points by default, especially when you don't know where you want to go yet, you're flexible on airlines, or you want to compare taxes and fees. Simply choose the best deal. Collect Avios when you are optimizing specifically for BA reward flights. You're trying to benefit from BA household account pooling or pursuing BA relative vouchers such as the companion voucher or the cabin upgrade voucher. These things that simply amplify the Avios points value. And of course, in all cases, the best practice is to earn points, hold points, search, and then transfer to book. If you transfer too early, you might end up like me. Avios isn't bad, but Avios is a tool, not a savings account. In the UK, the strategy is to chase flexibility first, then buy the exact currency that you need for that redemption at that time. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. Please do share with someone who you think might need this knowledge. And if you made it to the end, as always, I appreciate you. I'm Jordan. This is Miles Ahead. Safe.